Hello, Shelley Hughes from Juneau in the State House. I'd like to talk to you this week a little bit about what we're facing with the fiscal challenge and some of the proposals. I think it's time for the sleeping giant in Alaska to awaken. Families need to realize how the proposals on the table could impact them. In fact, the governor's proposal, the entire package with the PFD reductions, the income tax, and the fuel tax alone, I estimate could impact a family of four with a $100,000 income, would cost them about $7,000 in 2 years. That's a big impact on a family budget. There are a number of proposals. We're looking at all of them. But I, for one, am looking at how it will impact you and want to do this in a way that will at least impact you. Propping up the government sector by pulling money out of your pocket is the absolute last thing that I want to do. And I want to show you something, speaking of that, regarding income tax, because this chart has been floating around. So if you come a little closer, I'll show you. Been floating around, and it shows how states pay, what people pay in taxes, and Alaska's down here at the bottom. But I want to remind all of us that we jointly own the subsurface rights. And because of that, on each of our behalf, every year, the Deputy Commissioner of Revenue mentioned in committee that between $7,000 and $8,000 goes into the general fund to pay for state government on each of our behalves. The oil companies could send us that directly, and we could sit at the kitchen table and write a state income tax check, but we don't. It goes directly into the coffers. So if I add that $7,000, guess what, folks? This line goes way off the charts. In fact, a couple years ago, the spending per capita was $15,000 per every man, woman, and child. We've brought that down a bit over the last couple of years, but we are out of proportion, and I think that's something you should be aware of. And because if we don't bring it down, it's going to be more out of your wallet. So one of my priorities is to reduce the budget. And if you post on Facebook or Twitter, use this hashtag, and it can be collected by legislative staff and distributed to legislators and the appropriate finance subcommittee. Or you can call this phone number right here, and your ideas will be collected on how we can reduce the budget, and that too will get distributed to the right finance subcommittee chair. Encourage state workers, retired state workers. You can remain anonymous. You can submit your ideas as well. So with that, I hope the sleeping giant awakens. Until next time, this is Shelley Hughes.